Hello guys, this is the post-market analysis of 25th of May. So very interesting day and we got the much anticipated breakout also. So Nifty crossed 24,000 and closed about 24,000. And if you look at the futures, there is expiry tomorrow, monthly expiry tomorrow. At one point, futures were trading in discount even 1 week back when there were 1 week, 2 week left for the expiry. But now just 1 day left for expiry and Nifty futures is trading with 70-point premium compared to the spot. So that is indicating we may get the continuation of this rally tomorrow, and I hope majority of you are holding position also. And towards the end we have seen some good amount of short covering also, and Bank Nifty was crazy. Banks were doing very good today. So let's discuss all these in detail. So let me share the screen and then quickly discuss the analysis of the market. So if you see, Bank Nifty is showing that extreme strength, and the moment it have broken that 55,000, and then the move was crazy at 55,000 level, and once and then 55,100 also they tried to give a dip. But if you remember in the pre-market, I told you any dip is a buying opportunity. Buy on dip is today's market. It was very clear. It was obvious. So this is a dip, and otherwise this is a dip. If you look at Nifty also, this is an initial dip which came to day's low, or second dip also which you got again came to day's low. So the first candle low that they made, they came there, here also, two times you got opportunity, right? And then towards the end, what we have seen in the last 1 hour was a massive short covering rally. Now, why this happened? Because of now the market is going with expectations and peace deal and everything, and we have already discussed why this is going to happen in the pre-market itself. So it's not a surprise, and there is nothing more to discuss also than what we have discussed in the pre-market. But one thing that you see, what we used to see before is you get a good gap up and immediately it gets solved into. Even you see last couple of days itself, if we take, I'll show you. But today the trend has changed, right? See this day, you got a small this not this day, yeah, this day you got a gap up, immediately it got solved into. That day also we had a lot of positivity, but it got solved into. And look at this day, very much negativity was there. Crude price was going high, and still you got a gap down, it got bought into. So any gap down, you are getting 200-point up move, and not only filling the gap, they are moving further. Any gap up, not only they are filling the gap, they are coming down further. But that's not the case for today, right? So today, unlike what we used to see before in this month, Nifty did not reverse at all in the intraday. The first candle low, in fact, first candle is a kind of open low, and that's the low even when they gave the dip for the first time, and that's the low even when they gave the dip for the second time. There was some kind of double tops and everything they tried to make, but triple bottom, and then you have seen that short covering, and that is telling you the kind of strength. And most importantly, you see, we didn't get reversal. And if you look at another important aspect, look at VIX also. At one point, it was showing some kind of spike, so people might have got confused. It's opened around 5 itself, 5% lower. But at one point, if you see, it gave a small spike somewhere here, right? And that this point, that is when you got a small dip here also, but then it started cooling off, it started coming down, and VIX is this 6-7% down. That is also a very favorable condition for the market to go up. Market is going up, VIX is also coming down. Very good scenario, which is around 7% down, which is a very good scenario, right? US VIX also, if you see, it was down, and today US market is also closed. So at the same time, now if you look at it, one thing that we again want to confirm is that so far there is no such agreement which is officially signed. If final agreement happen, this volatility, this VIX can reduce further and market can go up. But tomorrow we are looking for a possibility of 24,300 as well. Okay, so last 1 hour what we have seen is a short covering. The way the premium have inflated in the futures also showing there is a potential up move to 24,200, 24,300 level. See, let me show you that again. If you look at the futures chart, even last week, see this futures and the spot, if you look at it, 24,030 here, and this is around 80 rupee premium difference. Even last day also, when I saw futures and spot were trading equally, and last week when we have 2 weeks left for the expiry, even then sometimes it went in discount and sometimes it was on the lines like similar, both were similar, because there was no demand on the upside and people were selling left, right and center. But now people are buying, there is a short covering, all the shorts are covering, so there is a demand higher, so premium also is going higher, and that's what you can interpret from that. So possibly we will be getting 24,200 at least, and if you get that also breaking out 24,300, potentially we may see. But again, there can be some dirty game because of expiry also, and as of now official agreement also not yet confirmed, so we cannot conclusively tell that. But again, chances are so high that tomorrow we'll see that level, right? The reason why I'm talking about that is because 24,000 is crossed, and not only crossed, you got a close also above that, right? So last week we have seen some good dip, right? 2 days we have seen 400 point dip and 800 point. Now I think that is completely recovered, right? So uh, yeah, that is completely recovered, and that gap is also filled. And now, just 1 minute, just 1 minute. Yes, 24, yes, 24,500 it went on 7th of May. After that only the Prime Minister have told, not to buy gold, go like use public transportation and all, and that also created some panic. And this is the one that I'm talking about, sorry. But now we are very close to that. So when positivity is coming, I think this high can be taken out, right? So this is 24,500, and this is when Prime Minister have made that statement, and then you got this dip, and then you got this 400 point down move, and on the next day also 400 point down move, and straight we came to 23,250 from this level 24,500, which is almost 1,200 point dip, and then there was some kind of recovery, then again a dip, and then some kind of recovery. Now we are getting a good recovery, and now since we are staying above 24,000 level, technically it looks like we are long. Anything above 23,800 is good, and oil price also cooled off. Everything is looking good, right? Option premium behavior also, if you see, that is also indicating the same. Futures premium also indicating the same. If you see, when VIX is crashing, the put premiums are crashing, which is very normal. So on one side, put premium is also crashing. So that means when put premium is crashing means the downside fear is almost now negligent, and there is no demand on the puts, right? No, neither for the hedge nor for looking for a down move and people are aggressively buying. That is also not there. That is the reason why the put premium was also crashing, and Bank Nifty did very well. If you look at Nifty, it's around 1.3, but Bank Nifty, if you see, that is 2.3, and that is very clearly visible also. Nifty, it was like this is the move that you got. The low is around 23,930, and from the low to high, if you see, today's low to high, not from the gap, it's just 100 point. But if you look at Bank Nifty, even today's low and high, if you see, that is 54,600 and 55,400, which is again 800 point rally. So yes, there is a gap up, but then that gap up also given aggressive strength after the move. Banking stocks, like if you see, there was a strong short covering in HDFC. HDFC is 2.6 up, ICICI also, and these two have actually contributed very well in the bank's recovery. Apart from that, if you look at the only weak sector is FMCG, that's been weak for the last couple of years also. There is no point in discussing about that. The overall market structure at this point of time, market is no longer looking strongly bearish since it's about 24,000, right? Technically, only if 24,500, that is a recent swing high, if it cross, then we can say we are going bullish, right? This geopolitical factor is what more important. Let's keep a watch on US-Iran development. I'll update that in tomorrow morning pre-market analysis. But tomorrow morning pre-market analysis, nothing more to discuss as the US market is a holiday today. So again, if you see tomorrow's expiry, and we'll get more clarity after expiry, because tomorrow, since US market is also not there, there can be adjustments because of expiry. So if the positions are built around 24,000 level, they may keep it around 24,000 level. 24,000 plus or minus 100 can be a potential range. If there was US market and it was doing good, then we could have got that 24,200, 300 level. But since tomorrow's expiry and it's a monthly expiry, there can be some game that they will play for expiry adjustment and to get the premium. So one beautiful or the positive thing that I would say today is the gap up, and that gap up is sustained throughout the session. The Bank Nifty was looking extremely strong, and VIX have fallen 7%, which is very good. And there is a strong short covering in the last 1 hour. That means people are looking for some good move for tomorrow. And Nifty futures is trading with 70-point premium when 1 day is there to expire, and something which we have seen in discount when 2 weeks was there to expire with no demand at all for futures. But now 70 point when 1 day is one day is there to expire, and Nifty reclaimed the 24,000 and closed about 24,000 is again very good. Bank Nifty is showing the strength, and Bank Nifty can also take Nifty along with it. And the put premiums have sharply collapsed, and that itself was telling you that downside is potentially limited. So the next resistance is 24,200, 300 range. Now, see, expiry. Let's see what is going to happen. So we'll update more if there is anything in the pre-market. Otherwise, consider this itself as the pre-market. If there is something, because US market is also not there. But if there is something, definitely I'll update that. So see you tomorrow. And if you would like to join our live market mentoring session, get in touch with us. I'll share the details somewhere here. Talk to my team, and we have the live market mentoring sessions where I trade, and based on that, I teach all of you. So that's a practical understanding. See you there.